Right now, financial concerns leave MMSD with an uncertain future, how these challenges could impact students and families.
Plus, new information about the suspect who shot 2 police officers in northern Wisconsin last month, why the report says the suspect's ex-wife saw multiple red flags before the incident.
And where debt limit talks are tonight as the U.S. approaches a June 1st deadline for a government default. That's all coming up right now at 10. Good evening. Madison schools are staring down an uncertain financial future. That is according to researchers at the nonpartisan Wisconsin Policy Forum report.
Armand Rahman breaks down the numbers and how much the district's budget hinges on decisions made at the state capitol. Armand?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, I sat down with the research director at the Policy Forum and poured over some of their key findings. Most of the district's challenges are even worse, given that their federal pandemic aid that they've relied on for certain expenses expires in less than 2 years.
Right now, things look pretty sobering when you think about 2025.
But when it comes to balancing the budget,
it seems likely that there'll be some difficult conversations.
The biggest impact for students and families would be staffing cuts. MMSD is proposing cutting 155 positions for the 2023 to 2024 school year. But that budget taps into temporary federal pandemic funds to pay for 111 ongoing positions.
And so that gets you through 2024. But then in 2025, that federal funding expires, and you need to find a new funding source for those positions, or they would also come to a close.
In recent years, the district has also lost more students to independent charter or private schools, which means MMSD has to pay the state for lost per pupil aid. 705 students transferred out of the district this year. That's projected to cost the district $11 million.
To put that in context, the amount of the referendum, I believe, in the current year was $9 million.
General aid the school district receives from the state could also decrease.
When that goes down, what is the other main source that the school district can draw on to fund education? It's local property taxes.
According to Jason Stein, VP of the Policy Forum, under the current state formula, districts that spend more than average and have higher property values than average, like Madison does, get treated less favorably.
Our main state aid formula does not take into account things like whether students are living in poverty, whether or not they speak English as their first language.
Stein says that's only made worse by the current operating referendum from 2020. But that may be an option the district has to take in 2024 to keep funding education.
It would increase property taxes, and then in the future, because spending would be somewhat higher, the district could lose state aid.
And I reached out to MMSD early this afternoon to see if they had any type of response to the Policy Forum's report. I haven't heard anything back all day.
Well, it looks to be a dry and nice weekend for southern Wisconsin. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has what you can expect in the first warn forecast.
That's exactly what you can expect. Lots of sunshine, dry weather, and comfortable temperatures. Let's start out by taking a look at the time-lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. Again, we had that wildfire haze overhead, along with a few clouds during the day today, but no precipitation during the day. We had some showers last night, but those are out of here by early in the morning. High temperatures today, a little cooler than yesterday. Here in Madison, 67 degrees, 70 in Milwaukee, to the north and west, even cooler, only 58 in Viroqua and 61 in Black River Falls. Current temperatures are in the middle to upper 50s. A few places a little colder than that. Notice Boscobel down in the Wisconsin River Valley. Relatively light winds, those temperatures dropping into the upper 40s there. Here in Dane County, while Madison's at 53, it's 54 in Waunakee, 51 in Belleville, and 50 in Perry. Look for skies to be mostly clear overnight. It'll be cooler, low temperature dropping to 44 degrees, but we'll see plenty of sunshine and mild conditions. It'll turn even warmer as we head into next week. I'll tell you how warm it'll get in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. New tonight at 10, newly released documents from the Wisconsin Department of Justice reveals the man who killed 2 police officers in a shootout last month was struggling with divorce and didn't like getting pushed around by police.
Chautauqua police officer Emily Breidenbach and Cameron police officer Hunter Shield were shot and killed by Glenn Perry on April 8th, and this happened in the town of Cameron in northwestern Wisconsin. This is newly released drone video from the Division of Criminal Investigation. Breidenbach and Shield were responding to a traffic stop when Perry opened fire on them. He was also struck by gunfire and later died from his wounds. In nearly 1,000 pages of documents, investigators investigators say Perry's ex-wife thought he was schizophrenic, carried multiple guns in his vehicle, and even slept with one under his pillow. Barron County deputies also reported multiple encounters with Perry over the past 6 years, and that his behavior had recently begun to spiral downhill.
Breidenbach was 32 years old and spent part of her law enforcement career here in Dane County with the Stoughton Police Department. Shield, just 23 years old, was a recent graduate of the police academy. There are many more details investigators released in their reports. You can read it online at channel3000.com. In addition to Breidenbach and Shield, 2 other Wisconsin law enforcement officers have been killed already in the line of duty in 2023. Today, the lives of Wisconsin officers who have died in the line of duty were honored and remembered. The 33rd annual Wisconsin Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony started on the Capitol grounds where the organization has its memorial site, and before that, a squad car procession with different patrol vehicles took place, traveling from Olin Park to the memorial. The 2023 honor roll includes 2 names that will be officially added to the memorial, bringing the total amount of Wisconsin law enforcement officers listed on the memorial to 289.
An update now on a story about the arrest of a Badger football player. Wide receiver Marcus Allen is set to appear in court next month. Police arrested him at the Mifflin Street block party at the end of April, but he hasn't been formally charged with a crime. Officers say they approached Allen after seeing he had an open intoxicant. They later found a stolen gun in his bag. Despite a policy to not name suspects in crime stories until they are formally charged, we've been naming Allen due to his status as a notable public figure on the football team and the nature of his arrest. A spokesperson for UW Athletics says Allen remains a member of the Badger football program. Quadron Wilson, the man shot by state law enforcement during his arrest on Madison's Far East Side last year, is set to be released from prison early. This after completing a substance abuse program. Wilson was sentenced on May 9th of last year to 3 years in prison and another 3 years of extended supervision as part of a plea deal. On May 8th of this year, the warden of the Oak Hill Correctional Institution wrote a letter to Dane County Judge Josanne Reynolds that Wilson completed the program. The state's Department of Corrections is requesting Wilson be released from prison and have the remainder of his sentence converted to extended supervision. Under state law, Wilson is required to be released within 30 days of the May 8th letter. On Highway 51 this morning in McFarland, a car crashed into a retention pond, leaving at least 1 person with life-threatening injuries.
Dane County dispatchers said the crash was reported just before 10. They could not say how many vehicles were involved, but said injuries were reported at the scene. The highway was closed in both directions for almost 2 hours. As of now, investigators aren't sure what caused that incident. Last night, we told you about Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' plans to announce his 2024 presidential candidacy next week. Tonight, there's a new Republican who is joining the race. Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina has filed paperwork to run for president. The filing comes ahead of a formal announcement that's expected to take place on Monday. Scott is the only black Republican in the Senate. He joins a growing Republican primary field to take on President Biden, including former President Donald Trump, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, and former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. Migrant encounters are down dramatically since Title 42 ended last week. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security. It says they've dropped about 70%. That's based on a comparison of 48-hour periods before and after that policy expired. Now, Border Patrol is averaging about 3,000 encounters a day, often with people from Mexico, Honduras, or Guatemala. The agency warns it's too soon to draw conclusions or predict any trends, and migration remains at historic levels. As for deportations, more than 11,000 people have been sent back to more than 30 countries since May 12th. The White House is weighing in from Japan on the negotiations over the nation's debt ceiling, which are set to go late into the night after hitting an impasse earlier today.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned the U.S. could default on its bills as soon as June 1st. Willie James Inman reports on where negotiations stand.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre held a briefing in Japan as talks in Washington over raising the debt limit stalled and then resumed a few hours later.
We have serious differences, and this is going to continue to be a difficult conversation. That's not lost on us. But the president's team is going to continue to work hard towards a reasonable bipartisan solution.
It's just unreasonable.
Earlier, Republicans walked out of the negotiations as budget issues remain a sticking point.
We've got to get movement by the White House.
In exchange for raising the nation's borrowing limit, House Republicans want to impose caps that amount to a 13% cut in government spending.
We have to spend less than we spent the year before. It's pretty easy. What's wrong?
Some Democrats are urging President Biden to consider using the 14th Amendment to go around Republicans.
Using
this authority would allow the President and the United States to continue to pay its bills on time and without delay, as the United States Constitution requires.
President Biden will return from Japan on Sunday, cutting his international trip short because of the debt ceiling talks. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
Fresh off the news that TikTok will soon be banned in Montana, a group of users are now suing to stop that. They allege that the law signed Wednesday by Governor Greg Gianforte violates the First Amendment. The Montana ban attempts to prohibit TikTok from operating in the state and to block downloads of TikTok on personal devices, but it would not penalize individuals for using TikTok. The ban is currently set to take effect in January. So far, 33 states have taken action to restrict TikTok on state-issued devices, including here in Wisconsin. More local stories are ahead at 10.
Dunkin' Donuts and Madison police teaming up to give back to a special cause here in Wisconsin. How your generosity is helping Special Olympic athletes. That's next.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
We went to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison last night.
I don't really get how the jackpots work.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison actually has had multiple million-dollar winners.
There are linked progressive slot machines at the same casino where local players increase the jackpot amount.
And a standalone progressive jackpot increases when a player plays on an individual machine that isn't linked to any other machine. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More ways to win. Find your perfect jackpot.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
George uses AT&T for his internet and mobile service. Anthony has Spectrum One. What's the difference? With AT&T, George pays a lot more.
I'm sorry, I do?
AT&T Internet costs $55, and AT&T Unlimited Extra Line costs $75.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet with fast and reliable speeds.
Super fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security.
With Spectrum, I get Security Shield, blocking threats.
And an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G.
Service, so reliable.
All for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Anthony is saving almost $100 a month.
That's almost $1,200 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-754-4999 today.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Is on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
It's not often I get to come to shows I actually watch.
His Snakes on the Plane stories are so good.
So can I be in it? And he was like, you want to be in it? Oh, yeah!
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
We are here for a fair contract. Yeah. What are we here for?
A fair contract.
What are we here for?
A fair contract.
When do we want it?
No.
Employees at CUNA Mutual Group are not happy about how they're being treated. Many were out bright and early this morning along Mineral Point Road on the first day of a strike, claiming the company engages in unfair labor practices. CUNA, which recently rebranded as Trustage, negotiated with union leaders, but no deal was reached this week. More than 90% of employees voted to authorize a strike, choosing to forfeit pay in order to take a stand for what they feel they deserve.
I'm losing 5 days worth of wages, but the company's losing 85 years of goodwill right now. They're trying to pivot and reinvent themselves right now.
They've been trying to dig in their heels. I think that they believe that with all of the money that they have, that they can outlast our strike. So we have to show them that they need us in order to make this company run.
In a statement today, company leaders said in part, CUNA Mutual Group has approached negotiations with the OPEIU Local 39 in good faith and continues to do so. We have provided proposals that address the issues and have continued to make changes to move toward an agreement with the union. Fiskars is helping fight food insecurity in southern Wisconsin.
The gardening brand donated $15,000 to the Madison area food pantry gardens. It's part of Project Orange Thumb, a program started in 2002 that supports both school and community gardens. If you weren't familiar with Madison area food pantry gardens, it has a few plots of land where it grows more than 100,000 pounds of fresh vegetables every year. It estimates it's donated more than 2 million pounds of food since its first year, and today's donation from Fiskars enhances those efforts.
Facilities like this, facilities that give back to the communities that we live in, are just that. They help us tremendously. They help our families, our friends, and I think it's something that we're able and willing to do, and it's why we're here today.
In addition to the monetary donation, employees from Fiskars' Middleton office volunteered their time to work in the garden today. Cops love donuts, right? Well, the two have been linked together in pop culture for the longest time, and today, Madison police used that association to raise money for Special Olympians right here in Wisconsin with the help of Dunkin' Donuts. The fundraiser this morning, called Cop on a Rooftop, took place at more than 50 Dunkin' locations statewide. There, law enforcement officers and Special Olympians took donations, and anyone who made a donation received a free donut. We visited the Gammon Road Dunkin' location on Madison's west side, where many people were more than happy to trade a donation for a donut.
A lot of donation. My bucket's been filled a few times now.
And how great does that feel to have a full bucket?
Great to my heart.
Why does it feel great to your heart?
Because it's grateful that people care about us so much.
Oh, you're so right, Sarah. Today's event raised over $57,000 statewide. While officers weren't actually able to get onto the roof at this location due to a logistical issue, they hope to return to the roof for next year's event. And Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti returns with what you need to know for the weekend with his first warn forecast.
Well, you need to know meteorologists like donuts as well.
Okay, we got that.
We'll
just get you on the rooftop now.
Well, for Special Olympics,
rooftop weather, Gary.
There we go.
That.
An idea.
I've never heard of that before. Well, this is a beautiful weekend. We've got another winner in our umbrella contest here, and you can see this one from James Trent, something we could probably all identify with. Lots of dandelions out there. And with the warm weather for the next week or so, we will be looking at more dandelions. James will win an umbrella with our First Warn logo on there. If you would like to submit a photo for possible inclusion here and a possible winning an umbrella, send it to firstwarn@wisctv.com or go to the First Warn weather app and you can submit your photo right through there. Three things you need to know in the forecast. High temperatures will be in the 70s for this weekend and then jump up into the 80s for Tuesday through all of the rest of next week and into Memorial Day weekend as well. And we're looking for dry weather through next Friday and might even be longer than that. I was just taking a look at some of the latest computer model forecasts, and it's possible the first part of the Memorial Day weekend could be dry as well. But temperatures will definitely be above normal. Tomorrow, high of 71 degrees, right where we should be, but the average high temperature goes up to 74, but we're looking at highs in the middle 70s to the middle 80s over the next 10 days. And the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center shows more of the same, taking us into early June. High values of above normal temperatures, high probabilities, the highest probabilities just out to the west of us. Southern and southeastern parts of the country will be a little cooler than normal. That's where most of the moisture will be, but we're looking for drier than normal weather to continue for the Midwest and for much of the northeastern portion of the country. Weather track tonight, the showers that came through last night now down into central and southern Indiana, moving away from us. Northerly winds coming in, continue to bring in some wildfire smoke, but eventually those winds become a little more westerly, and that should start to dissipate the smoke. But you can see much of the upper Midwest outside of the smoke is generally clear. Skies have cleared out very nicely across all of Wisconsin, and temperatures right now are starting to cool off. 53 at Madison, but already in the middle 40s in northern Wisconsin, a few places in the upper 30s, and they did see temperatures around freezing up near Lake Superior. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperature is down by about 10 to 15 degrees, But notice to the north and west, those temperatures climbing back up compared to 24 hours ago. That's a sign that we're going to start warming up. For tomorrow, look for skies to be mostly sunny. It'll be mild. How about that for a high temperature on Saturday? 71 degrees. Planning your Saturday across Dane County. High of 70 in Pine Bluff, 71 in Oregon, and 70 degrees in Cambridge. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 69 for the high in Monroe, 72 in Lone Rock, and 72 degrees in La Crosse. As we look at our first warned 7 to 10 day forecast, again, dry weather for pretty much all of next week with that warming trend, taking temperatures from the low 70s tomorrow to the lower 80s by the middle part of next week, and then maybe middle 80s as we head into the Memorial Day weekend. Right now, just a slight chance of a thunderstorm Saturday, a little better chance for Sunday and Memorial Day Monday. But again, it's possible that Saturday could be dry and maybe Sunday, just a slight chance of thunderstorms.
And coming up in sports, missed opportunities. How the Brewers pushed baseball's top team to the brink, but couldn't get one across the plate. That's next on News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's Hy-Vee's Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. 8-ounce New York strips, $6.99. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.88 a pound. And George's chicken leg quarters, 59 cents a pound when you buy a 10-pound bag. Only at Hy-Vee.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833 WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Time to claim independence from winter and get outside for the first festival of the season, Sitten to My in Stoughton. It's a weekend full of festival favorites like cream puffs, corn on the cob, and cotton candy. It's the first festival of the season, Sitten to My in Stoughton.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
It's Hy-Vee's Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. Jimmy Dean Bacon, just $2.99. Bar S Franks, just 99 cents. And fresh Hy-Vee chicken breasts, only $2.99 a pound. This Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Fresh off a disappointing series loss to the Cardinals, the Brewers had a day to reset and get ready for their toughest test to date. 3 games against the best team in baseball, the Rays. Tampa Bay, 19-3 at home this season. Willie Adames looking to add another loss to that record. Big spot in the 8th, runner on 3rd, but Adames strikes out to end the inning, and the Rays would capitalize. Bottom of the frame, That's a sack fly. Not pretty, but it worked for them. Brew Crew Falls 1-0 the final. Whitewater softball moved into the championship game of their D3 regional tournament with a 3-2 win over Co. The same two teams going to face off against each other tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Retirement has been a little busy for J.J. Watt. The former Badger is juggling full-time dad life with his new ownership of an English soccer club. J.J. recently invested in Burnley FC and is now a minority owner of that club, alongside his wife, Kaylia. Now, as far as what exactly J.J.'s role is with the team, well, he's not going to be making any of the player decisions. Instead, it's all about bringing exposure to Burnley for him.
All about trying to bring eyeballs to Burnley. I want to bring global eyeballs to Burnley to shine a light on how special the people are there, to how special that town is. I personally believe Burnley gets a bad rap. I've been a football fan for a long time, and I knew that as my career started to come to an end, I wanted to find a way to stay involved in sports, and I've been looking for a football club to be a part of for a little while now. And Burnley just happened to check all the boxes and be the exact right fit for us.
The NFL lost one of the greatest football players to ever play the game today with the passing of Jim Brown. In his 9 seasons with the Cleveland Browns, he led the league in rushing 8 of those years and retired as the NFL's leading rusher. He's considered one of the greatest college football and lacrosse players of all time. Jim Brown was 87 years old. Day 2 of the PGA Championship, darkness suspended round 1, so guys like Eric Cole had to finish his first round today. He was yesterday's leader, not after that shot. Cole gives his ball a drink and finishes with a double bogey. Scotty Scheffler, however, was on point. He started with back-to-back birdies and finished 5 under, tied for the lead. You can catch coverage of the 3rd and final rounds right here on News 3 Now. No goal tonight for Joe Pavelski in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, but the former Badger did have 2 assists. His 2 apples tie the game at 2 and then at 3. This one heading into overtime right now, tied at 3 apiece. We're back after this.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all-new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale, going on now.
With an exciting new Toyota, you can go out and enjoy all your favorite summer activities. Sorry.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King. Now on stage at Overture Center through May 28th only. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Performax steel shelving is the ultimate storage solution, made with industrial strength steel. Performax shelving systems hold up to 2,000 pounds per shelf. A 77-inch 3-tier heavy-duty shelving unit is just $159.99 after rebate. Check out our great selection of indoor-outdoor carpet. Status carpet is perfect for decks, patios, or sunrooms. It's stain-resistant and easy to install. Just 39 cents a square foot after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far. Just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.
What the?
Come on, man. You're more likely to get in a crash on a shorter trip. So buckle up every trip, every time.
Got it?
Got it.
Click it or ticket. Together, we can save lives.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
With an exciting new Toyota, you can go out and enjoy all your favorite summer activities. Sorry.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new custom sofas and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Before we go, I hope there are no arachnophobes watching or reading. It's because a creepy sculpture of a giant spider was sold for a shocking number. Stop it.
She doesn't like spiders.
I don't.
A buyer paid $32.8 million for a 10-foot-tall bronze spider. Look at that thing. That's even like a scary one. That is pure nightmare fuel, crafted by Louis Bourgeois in 1996 and entitled, creatively enough, Spider. The sculpture is part of a series. The French-American artist made many of them, which can be seen at some of the world's most prominent art museums. Now, the price got pretty close to the record for a work by a female artist.
Where would you put that?
$33 million.
At your house.
Gary, if you put that over the lawn, you wouldn't have to mow. Well, you just have the spider crawling through the grass.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any visitors either.
Charlotte really wants good weather tomorrow. She's going to do some yard work. She's going to go dig holes and plant some peonies tomorrow. We've been hearing about the peonies all
I'm going to
week.
be out mowing lawns too.
You want to go over and dig some holes in my yard?
No, thank you. No, thank you. Right now, looking pretty nice out there. Skies clearing out. There's the live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam. Temperatures comfortably cool. Lower 50s here in Madison, a few places in the 40s out to the west. Dane County, 53 Madison, 53 in Deerfield, and 50 right now in Edgerton. Look for sunny skies tomorrow. High temperature of 71. If you don't like that forecast, you'll like the one for Sunday, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, and maybe Saturday, Sunday.
Do that yard work. Those spiders are waiting for you out in the lawn. Thanks for joining us, folks, for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good and have a great weekend.